Well, I am still not going to react. I have an amazing response. It's been a great lesson. I've had a lovely couple of days, and thank God I've had Dean to talk about. We've actually had a bit of a laugh and said, I think Dean's got somebody who's madly in love with him out there and is really jealous of our relationship, and he thinks that's really funny, but a little bit serious. And he has said, Kelly, whatever your issues with the police, and I know you don't want to deal with individuals, but I am insistent that I'm doing this under judicial review. I'm not willing to deal with things on individual levels. Cause like even Dean said, you've got to get investigated. He's got a couple of friends who are hackers, and he's already spoke to them and said, like, look, we need to know where the IP is coming from. And not only that, just get it shut down, because I'm sitting here trying to build a website that puts me up as a coach, personal trainer. I haven't finished paying for my personal training, so I don't actually qualify until it's all paid off, and I pay £33 every first of the month. This one's failed yet again. So hey there, Claire. So anyway, I failed yet again today, because Sunday is meant to be very structured for me. It's meant to be car boot in the morning with Dean here in bed with the kids while I'm out doing the car boot. He then gets up with the kids, does what he's got to do while I can get back from the car boot. And then obviously it's I then take the kids out, and he actually cooks. Dean does all the cooking when he's here. Me and Dean together, look, we've been battered by social care. Dean literally had a child with somebody who had already had his kids taken. He wasn't there for Aaron and Faith. He wasn't in the room with us. You know, nobody was in the room with us at that particular point. And as evidently proved, nothing went on in that room. Proved by the doctors, proved by the police. It was nothing more than my school records, my foster care file that created that psychological statement. And that's it. That's what a 34-year-old woman was dealing with in court. You can have my phone in about 5 minutes.
No!
Yeah, right. My son wants my phone for a bit.
1 minute, 1 minute.
My son wants my phone for a bit. I'm going to come on and talk about something called childbearing hips. And I think I might even leave it for something to write. And, yeah, I mean, the trolls, you've got your minute of fame, mate, because you're in my book, you're in my court case, you're added to everything else. You won't cause stress between me and Dean. Dean is my children's father. He's in my life, whatever happens to us. Excuse me, whether you want my phone or not, this is the other thing. When mummy's working, kids... Oh, hang on. My son's actually inviting Claire onto my camera right now. Sorry there. Right. I'm going to go and completely... Shall I say it just for the trolls so they can do it? Shiloh, shall I go and dangle you off the 17th floor?
No.
No. Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Can I? Can I? Can I go and dangle you off the 17th floor by your legs? Do you want to go bungee jumping?
No.
You want to go parachute jumping? Yeah. You'll go jump out of a parachute. Oh, seriously, my stalker. I have to make a decision. Are you completely raving fucking nuts and need to be removed out of the way and could potentially walk up and stab me on the street? Or are you just a really bored person who doesn't get laid? Are you married and really disappointed in your marriage? Are you single and not getting your own way? Is lockdown completely driving you nuts? But guess what? You won't make me commit suicide. Do you get that? Nobody will. I got the Lord strapped to my back, mate. I got Jesus in my heart. I got the Holy Spirit upon me, and he walks my way. He brings me through this. He is the light and the way. Jesus is the truth. Jesus is the way. And my children are children of love. We've just been completely, absolutely assassinated by people like the troll. But bring it on, because you're helping me define my court case, make sure that I can pick out any holes that the judge might bring to me or their barristers, so I can be able to answer these, to be able to react to respond rather than react. Because someone like me in a judge and a court can be held in contempt of court. You get one shot at this. I get one shot. And what this person's done is reminded me, I haven't even got time to put issues complaints in. I haven't got time to stop for the police. My boys have got their first proper entrance into the specialist for hypermobility EDS now. So Elijah can get help with writing. So Elijah can get help with his wrists. So Shiloh can play football to the best of his abilities and scooter and skate. And so we can go snowboarding. And so we do. Exactly the same as my dog. If my dog wants a baby, she needs the best vet there is. If I want a baby, I need the best gynecologist and midwife and community team that there is. I don't need to be told that EDS is the easiest condition to fake. Because if you know German Shepherds, like Shiloh, I really wouldn't, mate. That's crossing the line. I wouldn't cross the line with me, mate. And you're going to catch the dog with your feet. I really wouldn't. Right, I'm going to go and discipline my son right now, and maybe other people should discipline their children, and we wouldn't have little rags running all the way around the streets thinking that they can control the streets, causing absolute havoc and mayhem because they're completely and utterly bored because they're stuck in school all day. Most parents can't afford to actually continue the things that they really do love. They stick them on Xboxes that are violent, horrible, and they wonder why nobody knows who they are in this world anymore. And we've got an absolute breed of not mental health, mental illness, real mental illness. People who, you know, I deal with mine. Yeah, I've got trauma. I don't wake up every day in my normal life that I should be living in. I've got to constantly thrive to go from where I am now to where I'm getting to be. And I will get there. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to do it on the basis of a charity, because when I've got a house, what will you all do? Oh, look at her house. Look at the car that she drives. We're all paying for that. No, I sell it off my book, mate. It will pay for my land. It will pay for my house to be built. And if I want my German Shepherd to have puppies that stay with us, because I'm not breeding her. I'm not selling her puppies off like people who have no conscience and no understanding of the emotions of a dog, and they think a dog is just a dog. Yeah, she's not just a dog. She really isn't just a dog. Her hips matter, her pelvis matters, and she's too young to be bred. And what is the point? They do it to cows as well. Just breed them. Well, I think these people have got the same mentality to humans. We are not child breeders for the state. And the state is there to enable and empower people so they can be the best version of themselves, happy, healthy, and thriving. Yeah, so people can be an Olympic athlete, so people can be the best of their version of themselves. So if people want to be able to perform on stage and do pantos for you people at Christmas, so they can create ice skating rings for you, so they can create restaurants for you so you can sit and eat their dinner, so people can build places like Asda and Tesco so you can go shopping, and people can get up and go and do the roads. And actually at the moment we're dealing with electrics here. All our electrics is all being changed over to solar, you know, and this is good, but it takes somebody to specialise in their area and not at school. Yeah. Oh, you've knocked the dog bowl over. You know, you can't go to school to learn to be a bus driver if that's what you want to be. School's not going to teach you to be a bus driver. School's not going to teach you to be a pilot. School isn't going to teach you to be a doctor, a nurse. That's once you get to university.
Take these off!
Yes, they are going to have to come off. Anyway, it's coming into settle down time in hours, and really, we should have been skating at 3 o'clock. That failed thanks to that person. Oh, yeah, because they go, oh, if you've got EDS, how can you skate? Go speak to an EDS specialist and tell you what they'll ask you to do for somebody with EDS to keep their hips healthy. Skating. Yeah? So to the person on the website, you're not a specialist in EDS. You're not a solicitor. You're not a barrister. You're not a police officer. You're not a social worker. You're just a fucking nobody. And you know what? Nobody would even be looking at your website if I wasn't the one getting them all to go and read the information and then come back to me and say, now do you believe whether I have EDS or not? Now do you believe the shit that we take just because I can put my arm up and do things in a way that you can't? But do you want to hear it? Yeah? Have you got to live with this? Have you got to live with children that when you're writing, your fingers turn in like this? Have you got to deal with that? Have you got to deal with children with their bellies and bowels, making sure they eat the right things? I can see, darling, but don't worry. Yeah, but that's bullying. Putting pants on her head, that's bullying. Don't do that to her. She's a lovely dog. Leave her alone, please. That's bullying. I've got bed sheets to put on because obviously I put the boys... The first thing that I do in the morning is put the bed sheets in. And then I got distracted by Amber sending me messages saying, you've got to deal with the website in 2022. Shiloh, you're going to learn, mate, because if you're coming to restaurant... No. Do you know what? Hang on. Sorry, I'll do this right in front of you. 2 seconds. The fact that you don't stop... But you're not having my phone now. So you now got to wait 20 minutes to have my phone. Because of your behaviour. No. Because of your behaviour. You will now go and sit in the living room. And you will get on with your toys. And you'll be picking all of your toys up and putting them in your bedroom in a second. And no, you won't be having my phone. Do you understand? For your behaviour. You don't get my phone for another 20 minutes now. And if you carry on, you won't get it until tomorrow. Do you understand? We'll try again tomorrow. We'll try again tomorrow. Go and sit in there then. Go and sit in the living room. And we will try again in 10 minutes. Excuse me. You won't get the phone at all today and you'll go to bed without even getting to watch it. Right, I've got to go because they're on electricity at the moment and Elijah wants to know everything about electricity conductors, how electric works, how the cables are working because he's watching them building at the moment from all the way down the bottom and he's wanting to know about that. But Shiloh is wanting to do some of his skateboarding stuff. So anyway, I'm getting on with my normal everyday schedule. I'm completely Excuse me, you're not going to ask me, are you? And then hopefully, when you all go back to work and school, we're getting on with our healthcare management. And when that is written properly, then we'll deal with other people. And I can't wait to see people's faces drop when they see what my chiropractor put back in from the level of dislocations and subluxations and what my pelvis and hips were like. Any mother who gives birth, who has this, should have her hips relocated the moment she's given birth. To certainly be looked after for the first 18 months after giving birth for a baby. We are thrown out of hospitals with no proper care. We don't even get care for our periods. We don't get educated about it. Nothing about anything. They're only just learning that the hymen isn't what they think it is. And the amount of people that have been failed, that have had sexual penetration and they've gone, but there's no damage to the hymen. Catch up with world, yeah? Catch up with the education. Catch up. We are hundreds of years behind, mate. We are literally... I mean, look at my cooker, yeah? There's people that don't have cookers like this. Do you know that? This world doesn't exist in a whole other world. It doesn't. So I think it's time that United Nations got their shit together properly and really looked at us as a whole dynamics of a world, how we help each other in terms of rice and farming and grazing. Or we all have to go back to basics where we have our own lands, get rid of all of these bloody blocks because we've all got to go back to being farmers, basically. Having your own chickens, having your own... And I love the idea of that. Love it. And if I had enough, mate, I'd give it away to everybody. So to the troll and to the stalker, the fact that I've got you in 2020, you're like my training spar partner, mate. And guess what? I'm going to fucking knock you out, winning court hands down, and laugh you out of fucking court, mate. And do you know what? With my compensation, and I do look forward to paying Lisa back, finally, after her complete manipulation and trying to destroy it for money I didn't even ask her for. My mum helped me out. Dean helped me out. She was the one going, oh, let me be there, I want to be your friend, I want to be there. My mum and Dean, do you really think that they were going to ever leave me in that situation? Really? She's the one with the saviour complex. Let me help you save your kids. She wouldn't know how to save a kid if it fucking... She's an alcoholic, for fuck's sake. So anyway, keep going, troll. Round 2. See you tomorrow. Or maybe later. See what you got to write on your little websites. Because you're helping us